Hey, what to do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is actually the second video we're starting today, and this one is a monumental one. I am extremely excited for what we're about to do right now. We're going to be firing up the old John Deere. We're going to be putting the baler to it. We got Ryan coming over with his tractor. We're going to hook up the hay rake to it, and we are making hay today. I'm so excited for this that we're even going to be pulling out the drone to try and get some aerial footage of what we got going on. And honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to actually put it up in the air because you guys are going to see the absolute hack job that I did with the sickle mower. But it is what it is. It was my very first time trying to use it. I was trying to learn stuff. There's an art to it, and I am no artist. So in my mind, this is what I imagine happening. We're going to rake it up. We're going to bale it. We'll go ahead and stack all the bales. And we're actually getting some more rain this weekend, so I probably won't cut it yet. But once we get it all picked up, put underneath the hay barn, we'll go ahead and put the sickle mower back on it. And we'll cut it again, and we'll rake it up and bale what's left. I think that's what they do out in the big hay farms anyways. I don't know if they do like an actual second cutting, but they'll bale it. And then I've seen a bunch of the guys just running through again, picking up all the loose stuff, making little windrows, and then the baler rips back through. So we're gonna try and imitate that on a much smaller scale. But that's what we got going on today. I'm super excited for it. Hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, there may be something else that makes its way into it, but hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go and jump into it, and let's roll. We're gonna be really unsafe right now. Something's wrong with my knotters, guys. We got a serious problem.
Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me.
You had your very own pile all the way over there, and you had to come over here and take hers. All right, well, so far they're not huge fans. The brown just took the first bite. Ooh, boy's getting rowdy over there. So I know I said we were gonna use the drone, but I guess I should see if the remote controller is charged. It's been a minute since I used this thing. Let's see, we got 2 bars. That's probably enough to do what we need to do today. I think I've got 2 fully charged batteries. Let's go ahead and see what this one's rocking at. We got 2 bars on that one. We'll go ahead and put a freshie in there. So I know I said freshie, but it appears we only have 3 bars, and I have a second battery with 3 bars also. I think that'll be enough for what we need to do today. Oh, we're down to 1 bar on that now. I better put that on the charger while we hook up the hay rake and the baler and all that good stuff. So that way we don't lose control while it's up in the air. So while we got that stuff charging up, let's go ahead and see if the old John Deere and the solar battery charger did what they're supposed to. Let's go ahead and see if this thing will start without the aid of the good old-fashioned jump starter. I don't think it's going to, but you never know. It's close, but not quite. It would appear that the John Deere has consumed another battery. I really should use this thing more often, is to keep the batteries maintained, but you know, sometimes you just don't have enough time for that. Okay, let's see. Come on, girl. Beautiful. So I want to say that we could go ahead and drop this with the sickle bar up. That just looks like a nightmare waiting to happen. I feel like my kids. I don't know what's going on here. It's not wanting to cooperate. Let's go ahead and put it down. Might play a little nicer now. Huh. Well, that's odd. I don't know. Looks like that's how it's getting dropped. So for everybody that watched the last video, you guys know that we just had bad luck with everything. So we're gonna be trying something new today. We are going to be leaving all pins, bolts, linch pins, maybe. We're gonna be leaving everything that belongs with this implement. None of it's coming with me this time. All right, so I just want you guys all to see this. Pin, cotter pin, pin, linchpin, PTO drive shaft. If we go to use this 2 weeks from now and none of it's there, someone other than myself took them. Which at that point, I will be a little bit upset. Anyways, we are all disconnected from that. Now we get to come over to this old girl, which is what I'm most excited about, the baler. This was quite the project to get up and working. For anybody who may have missed that whole series of trying to figure out how all this stuff worked, and we were breaking stuff. We sheared something in half right here. Had to have some custom plates made. They go down in there. I'm hoping everything still spins freely. I probably should have double checked that before we like planned on baling hay today, but I'm pretty sure it's still gonna work. So we're gonna go ahead and come over. Gonna leave that there and hook up to the baler. So if I remember correctly, this drawbar has to come pretty far out to work correctly with this, I think. Because this definitely needs to come forward quite a bit. I'm gonna have to set the camera down and do some thinking. Probably top this thing off with some diesel. Yeah, I think it's pretty low. This is like the one tractor that I never think about. I just think that it should like always have diesel in it. But it's actually been being used quite a bit lately. So we're gonna go ahead and fill her up. Well, you guys, I am just awful with GoPros. I seem to have dropped this one on the ground or left it on the tractor, and it just got ran over right now. So if there are little scratches in the lens, I'm trying to tell by looking at the screen, I do apologize. A new GoPro has been on my list of things to get anyways, but we are all fueled up. We got Ryan coming over here shortly. He's just got to take the box scraper off his Coyote, and then he'll be over here to hook up to the hay rake. So the drone controller is slow going right now. It's at 7%, and it was barking at me. So we may not be using the drone today. We'll see. It'll definitely be charged up and ready for the next time. So there's a pretty good chance we don't use it today, which I'm kind of bummed about. I was actually looking forward to it. It's been a minute since I used it, but also I don't want to destroy it either, so I'll just leave that there for now. But we do have the PTO shaft all hooked up. It's locked in place for sure. I double checked it. We don't want to have a repeat of last video when that thing came off. I have not put this thing through its functions yet. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the PTO back on, make sure that everything's working the way it's supposed to. And if it does, we're gonna head up top. Gotta go real slow though. She's running a little rough, guys. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I did just see a piece of metal fall on the ground. So I'm not sure where this came from, but it's probably not a good sign. Everything was still working, so I'm not like super gonna worry about it, but this thing right here is really, really struggling. It's like popping real hard, which that's not good either. Let me see. That one's belt driven. The belt's pretty tight. I don't know. Maybe it just needs the cobwebs dusted off of it. We're gonna send it. All right, we got Ryan over here in the Work For It Coyote, hooking up to Old Green over here. I don't remember how we hooked it up last time.
You remember what we used last time?
No. Did we just put a pin through right here? Was that it?
Yeah, but I mean, these. I guess we take one of these out and put it there. Does that one have a pin on it?
No, just.
Maybe we used that one. This one's got a clip on it. I know I had like a little drawbar thing or whatever, not drawbar, whatever that thing's called.
I have cotter pins. This one looks like it had some oomph behind it. Has that been?
Yeah, I would imagine this would do that.
Maybe.
I don't see it. I've never hooked anything else up there, so let's just try that again. It worked last time.
Okay.
I think. Got it. Got it. I feel like we should get this one out the way.
You know, maybe that's what happened is we had it in here and you turned.
Yeah,
that's totally what happened is you turned and it pushed on it.
Huh.
Yeah, so we need to space them. Or take
just
one out.
Yeah, we'll just leave the center one.
Okay.
Right back up.
All right. All right, well, we just did a little bit of adjusting. We went ahead and dropped that side down a little bit. That side just a tiny bit as well. Not that high off the ground. I think it's doing a pretty good job. Obviously, my cutting job was very subpar. We missed a lot. All right, so we had some really hot spots over here as well where it did not grow as good, but this area right here, it came in really good. And that's where like my best cuts were. So it's looking like it's doing some pretty good rows over there. Yeah, I think this is gonna work nicely. All right, so Ryan's done a couple passes already. We got a couple good rows. I think we're gonna go ahead and start trying to make some actual hay bales. Not weed bales this time, but hay bales. All right, so the first thing we need to do, if I remember correctly, is drop the rake or the tines down to the ground that feed it up into the hopper. And that's this guy right here. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I guess it's time to go. All right, guys, here we go. We got the baler hooked up. We're coming up to the first windrow. We are feeding, and we are making hay. The ranch is making history right now, guys. So far, I think it's working. I haven't checked yet. I could probably get out and actually look. That would be a little on the dangerous side, though. Kinda looks like it's making it. Maybe if I drove straight, it would help. Totally missing a bunch of that hay right now. We're gonna be really unsafe right now. My tractor's going sideways, but it looks like it's doing a good job. Yeah, it totally messed that row up. Don't be like me, guys. Oh no, our first bale kind of came apart. I don't know if the stringer's working correctly. I know the first time we did this with the weeds, the first bale kind of suffered, and the ones that followed suit worked a lot better afterwards. All right, we got, oh no. Something's wrong with my knotters, guys. We got a serious problem. Yeah, this is not cool. All that hay is gonna have to come out. So we got a serious problem right now. We have whatever that ended up being, which means all the hay's got to come out, and we have to redo pretty much everything that we just did because something got messed up somewhere. I don't know how or why, but everything's got to come out. All right, so we're running out of daylight and my fancy lights actually quit working, so we're gonna try and get at least 1 or 2 good rows, hopefully make at least a couple bales, and then I'll probably call it quits for the night because everything's gonna start to get wet and you don't really want to bale wet hay. It's pretty bad. I need to get a trailer that hooks up to it, and then you can grab the bales and throw them in the trailer as we go.
I'll just fire them up right here by hand.
Okay. Easy. All right, guys, today is it is one of those super awesome days where just nothing seems to go right, which is par for the course with growing this hay. But we just had a shear bolt break off because I don't know how to feed the hopper correctly, and we did get the bolt out. So I'm running down to the shop to grab another shear pin, technically, so we can at least get 1 bale today. We're getting 1, the sun's getting close to going down. So you guys will notice that I'm driving my pickup around so we can run back and forth to the shop in a quick manner. And I know with shear pins, they are supposed to be a much softer metal. I had a grade 8 just waiting and going. I'll switch it out once we're done. It's not the correct application, but today we're just going for at least one successful bale of oat hay. And if it starts going good enough, maybe I'll just keep going, because there's really not a whole lot of actual hay in this field. Like, it's probably like 10-15 minutes of work. So let's see. Crossing my fingers right now. All right, guys, well, this doesn't happen very often, but I'm gonna admit defeat tonight.
I don't know, we're just taking a break. We're just
okay.
Gotta get some supper in us, then we're back to farming.
Dude, those lights are unreal. So the reason we're quitting or waiting till tomorrow is I think the hay's still too wet, which we're kind of in a bad spot right now because we got rain coming tomorrow. So I was trying to get it all baled today, but we got patches that are dry, but patches that are still kind of wet. So I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is just gonna rake it up, let the sun hit it all day, and hopefully it dries out enough that it doesn't cause as many problems as it is right now. Because when we were doing the weeds, man, it was just like picking it up, making these beautiful bales, chopping off pieces of metal. It was working so good. But tonight we just don't got it. So it's doing weird stuff. So I gotta wake up early tomorrow and like figure out what's going on with this thing, because it's just not happening right now. But thanks for joining in the fun.
Love it. I wish it worked better, but I think 4 hours for a half a bale of hay is pretty good.
I don't even know if we got half a bale, man.
It did fall apart
somewhere
over there.
It's over there?
Yeah, I pulled the twine out of it.
All right, guys, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it quits. Ryan's gonna get going. I do appreciate the help, though.
No worries, no worries. We'll be farmers one day.
Yeah, we'll get it down one day. We obviously don't know what we're doing yet, but we will get there. Anyhow, I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. All right, guys. Well, I think the cards are definitely being stacked against me. The forecast went from bad to worse. Now we're supposed to be getting rain all night tonight, all day Sunday, and all day Monday, which for all you farmers out there, you guys know that that spells disaster, and my crop is pretty much ruined if we can't get it baled today. So we're gonna be going up there one more time. The only positive thing that we got going for us today is that my drone controller has a charged battery, and now that's working. So we're gonna try and make the best of today. I'm gonna try and get the baler working still. We're gonna try and bale the hay up, and then we'll probably load it up on a trailer and put it behind the hay barn and maybe open it back up so that it can continue to dry. Other than that, I don't know what to do. I'm really hoping we can figure something out, though. Sometimes you just have bad days, and I think this is gonna be one of those days. So here's gonna be the tentative game plan for today. Now I've got the baler hooked up already, so we're just gonna drive around and try and pick up what we can, try and get it baled, and then I'll switch back over to the rake, because I don't have Ryan here to help me today. I really wish yesterday just would have gone 1,000 times smoother than it did, but it did not. So we're gonna try and make as much as we can with the baler, swap over to the hay rake, do another couple passes around here, try and rake up whatever we can. Then I'll go grab the sickle mower again, fix my hack job. And then after we're done raking, we'll hook the baler back up if there's stuff. I don't know if there's gonna be anything left over, but we'll see. And then if we're able to make a couple more bales like that, at that point we'll go ahead and park the baler. Then I'll run back down, get the sickle mower, fix my hack job to the best of my abilities. And then we'll start the haul process over again. And hopefully we end up with at least 20 bales. That's what I'm hoping. 20 bales would be like a break even as far as money goes that was thrown into this. We're not gonna count time as part of that, but let's go ahead and see what we can do with the baler, see if we're able to salvage any of this. My optimism is low, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so we're doing just a little bit better today. We've got the baler actually making bales. These strings could be just a little bit tighter. We're still trying to get this thing fine-tuned a little bit. I need to go ahead and tension this little bar down right here. What that does is it basically causes more pressure to be pushed down on the actual hay that's coming through, which in turn makes this tighter. And you guys can see how loose that is right now. When it shoots out, it expands a little bit, and it does tighten this up. But I would like it to be like that tight. So we just keep adjusting it little by little. I am gonna cut those open, spread them out again, and we're gonna run the hay rake through here. I think I've kind of already accepted the fact that whatever hay we do get out of here, just not gonna be great. But we're gonna take it as a learning experience and keep moving forward. All right, well, I think we're getting pretty close to the tension that we want. Maybe just a tiny bit tighter, because that is a pretty heavy bell. I really wish that I could have got another 2 days of drawing. Mother Nature's just not playing very nice with me today. This one, I know it looks really loose. I think it's gonna be tighter than that one is when it actually comes out. We'll see, I don't know. This one's feeling super, super tight. I kind of like how that one's feeling. I think that one will be good. But now that we've got the baler pretty much dialed in where we want it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it up there and drop it off. There's no way I'm getting that bale out. So we're just gonna leave 2 bales in it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these open. We're gonna hook the hay rake back up. We're gonna make a couple really nice rows. And then we're gonna bale what we got, and I'll take them down to the hay barn. And then I'm thinking what we'll do from there is I'll cut them, open them up, maybe aerate them. We'll let them sit underneath the actual structure so that they don't get rained on. We might be able to salvage a little bit of it, and we'll just basically put loose hay into the back of the golf cart and drive it around. That's what we're gonna do. Try and make the best out of the scenario. Anyways, let me go get this thing disconnected. I think we're gonna park it up behind the GMC. And I'm hoping we only got like another 2-3 hours up here, because I think that's the only window that I have where it's not gonna be raining. So we're gonna give it one last hurrah. We got the drone in the air. Got my beautiful wife over there as pilot. I went ahead and cut all the bales back open. We're gonna try and make some nice clean rows to try and get that baler to work like it's supposed to. Let's go.
We went for each other like a bullet from a gun. Faster than the sheriff's drawing, hotter than the sun. Didn't see it coming lately, I've been on the run. You know you've seen my face before, so let me tell you something. Darling, you fell in love with the famous man. See my pictures posted everywhere across the land. And if you run with me, you got to understand that you're holding on to a dangerous hand. If I wanted, would you still want me? 'Cause babe, I want it. Do you still want me? I got a bag of money, honey, and it don't belong to me. Took it from a man that had it coming, so you know it wasn't free. We'll load this Smith and Wesson up and take our horses east. And if we run into any trouble,
Guys, I'm getting real close to giving up. We've got something that's hitting hard back there. This time it's like a mechanical failure. It has nothing to do with the hay. So we're rocking this back and forth right now, trying to figure out what it's hitting, because it's hitting something hard. Okay, real slow. Okay, hold that. You guys, this is a very finicky old bird. We had a little keeper pin up there that for some reason had engaged. I don't know why. There was no reason for it to, but when that little tab is up, it like does a hard stop on this thing. But we're back up and working.
living in the crimson streets, darling, you fell in love with the famous man. See my pictures posted everywhere across the land. And if you run with me, you got to understand that you're holding on to a dangerous hand. If I want it, you still want it. Babe, I want it. You still want me. Would you live for this if they found me? Would you turn me in for the bounty? The vultures are circling around me. Would you die?
All right, so as far as making the hay goes, we are done for the day. I'm not gonna say I'm happy with how it turned out. And if you guys have noticed, the sun decided to come out, and I could have used every minute of that. according to the forecast, it said it was not coming out today, so that's why I went ahead and started doing what I did. So I'm not gonna dwell on the shortcomings of the weather forecasting because it's not gonna do me any good. We did, however, let's go ahead and take a final tally. We got 2 bales in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we got 11 bales total, which really is pretty pathetic for how big of an area this is. We'll do a final count once we get them all in the truck and down to the hay barn. But overall, still a success. There's a couple things that I need to figure out. We have a ton of hay that's still sitting on the ground. Our hay rake is not working at maximum capacity. You guys can tell that we just have a ton of it still just sitting here. There's probably at least 4 or 5 bales worth of hay that did not get raked up. So I'm not 100% sure why. I could run the hay rake through it one more time once we get all the bales stacked up, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and let our dairy cow Honey roam around in here and do what she does, eat stuff, poop, and actually increase the soil health of this area. So I'm not gonna get super bummed out that we didn't do just an awesome job. We'll get there one day. So I'm gonna go ahead and run down to the shop. We do need to get the hay out of this. I am gonna try and safeguard it a little bit more from the rodents so that we don't have the same issue we had yesterday when the twine got all messed up. I am for sure next time we do this, gonna double, quadruple, mega check that the twine's going how it's supposed to so we don't end up with the same problem we did last time. The other thing I need to figure out, what was it? Oh yeah, the drum right here that picks up the hay, that was struggling towards the end too. It was for some reason stalling. It would not spin, it wouldn't rotate. The corkscrew was going, the plunger was jamming, the rakes were shoving everything in there. But whatever this little thing is called was not working like it's supposed to. So I need to figure that out. I know there's a belt that could use some tensioning in there. That might be something to do with it. I should probably grease all the chains. I don't know. I don't know what was causing it to stop. But that's another thing that we're gonna have to figure out before we attempt this again. So we'll get there eventually. As far as like a cost breakdown, so I need to double check on the bales and how many we actually have. I think I just looked again. I think there's 13. But if there's 13 times, I don't know, what's the cost of a bale? 15 bucks? I think that's $195. We're still in the negative. We need to flip those numbers around a little bit. If we could grow at least 25 bales up here, which is possible. I would hope to get like 30 or 40 at least, but I think 25 is the break even as far as numbers go, so. Oh well, let me get this thing down to the shop. I could unload both of these bales here, but there's no point in doing that. I'd have to pick them up twice. So we're gonna go ahead and take old Trusty back down there. We'll get the baler disconnected, get it cleaned up. I think we'll go ahead and start to wrap things up. So I'm feeling a little bit less discouraged. We have a value of about $225 worth of hay. So we're getting closer to that break even. We're not quite there, but you know, can you put a price on learning? I would say that you can, but we're gonna pretend that you can't for the video's sake. But what we're gonna do next, we're gonna go ahead and make the rounds, see which animals like the oat hay, see which ones don't, because like I said, this is a very experimental thing. We may end up not ever growing oat hay if the animals don't like it. So this is probably the most crucial part of the entire process, is if our animals like it or not. So first up on the list, we have Little Miss Charlie. We got Poppins. Now they kind of have like their own little special diet, and they wouldn't be eating this stuff anyways, but we are going to see if they like it nonetheless. So I'll go ahead and get this bale opened up. Dang, those things are tight. Okay, let's see. Makes pretty good little flakes. All right, let's see. Good afternoon, girl. You hungry? You like it? You want to try some Poppins? Is that yummy? All right, well, so far we are 2 for 2. Then we got these 3 beefcakes right here. Let's go ahead and see if they like it. 93, not a big fan. Oh, she wants to be right in the middle. Maybe she's just bossy. Oh, she is getting angry. Maybe she likes it. I think she likes it so much she doesn't want to let the other cows have any. Oh, be nice to 99. Come on, you turd. 93 is probably the meanest animal we have out here at the ranch. You gotta be careful with her. Come feeding time, she always gets upset. And she always pushes that little one around. She is being mean. I'm gonna have to get in there and kind of show her who's boss a little bit. Poor little 99 was just being bullied. So I went ahead and put her in her own pasture. These two, they're like equal size, so they kind of just keep to themselves a little bit. 93 gets a little bit ornery with this one, but he can hold his own. So anyways, we did get her some fresh water. I'm gonna head over to the Longhorns now and see how they like it. Oh, look at this, guys. She is running. She probably thinks I'm gonna give her some of her treats though. She's all sad right now because I don't have her treats. That's how much she's starting to like me. I don't have anything, Mama. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, well, so far they're not huge fans. The brown one just took the first bite. Ooh, Bull's getting rowdy over there. Well, he's eating it. I don't know, he's now officially gone down for his third bite. So I think it's safe to say that the bull likes it. The red one is starting to show a little bit of interest. Hopefully Blackjack doesn't get horned right now. Whew, that's close, careful. Looks like I'm gonna have to throw the black and white one her own flake. She is interested in it now though. All right, here you go, you can have your own. Oh, why are you being so mean? You had your very own pile all the way over there, and you had to come over here and take hers. Well, so far, every single animal that I have given it to is eating it, so that's a really good sign. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws to this video. We're gonna chalk this one up as a semi-success. Not full blown, but we're getting there. Anyhow, I do appreciate you guys taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch this video. If you could do me a huge solid like, subscribe, share this with your amigos, hit that notification button down below so you guys can continue to see all the other random stuff we always got going on. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.